guys, this is Stephanie and I'm Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. Today I'm coming to you with a readathon TBR. Two things that I never do, a readathon or a TBR. I had a goal to do 3 readathons this year and I only have like one picked out that I'm going to be doing. And then I have another one that I'm maybe going to be doing. And then I think I'm going to be making one up. So I'm supposed to do 3, but since life is unpredictable, I thought I will do this one because this one sounds like fun. Now, this is one that has been created by Beautiful Pages, and I'm going to link her down below. I'm going to link her introduction and explanation of this. Now, she explained it mid-April. I didn't find her till like a week ago, so this TBR is a little bit late. But the good news is it's an 8-week readathon. And I can do 8-week readathons. When it's like a 3-day readathon, it stresses me out a little bit, or even a week-long one. I'm like, must read all the books. So I don't do well with that. It just stresses me out, and then I read nothing, and I just want to sit and like watch Project Runway all day. So don't like those. I like this 8-week one. This one sounds great. The start of this is May 13th, which was like a week ago, and the end of it is July 8th. Now, I have a whole week in there where I will be reading nothing, and I will not be around technology or existing as we know it. So for me, it's more like a 7-week readathon, but I think it's pretty doable. I do. Now, I've been in a pretty big reading mood lately. Like, I still like to sit and watch my stories, but I have just been like, I want to get through these books. And then I have like a huge stack from the library of books upstairs that I'm like, oh, I need to get on all these books because I've had them for a while now. So basically, this is called the TBR Readathon. TBR meaning to be read. So these are all books that are to be read. Now, normal people are like, oh yeah, I have some books that I haven't read. I have a lot of books that I own that I haven't read, and then I buy more. Seriously. But I'm mainly focusing on books that are on my TBR shelf, which is this shelf right here, this color-coded shelf. And I'm going to be picking books off of that shelf only to fill the prompts for this readathon. So without further ado, prompt 1, read a book series that you are in the middle of. Now, I have quite a few book series that I am in the middle of. However, I am going to go with The Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. This is the second book in the Red Rising series. I'm like halfway through it. And then I put it down because I was doing a buddy read, and then I just didn't pick it back up, and I was busy and I didn't feel good and all of the reasons, but I'm going to finish this one in the next 8 weeks, I promise. And then I'll probably go right to the next one because basically everybody I've talked to who's read this has said, make sure you have the second one ready because you're going to want to read it. And I'm like, okay. So I'm probably going to read both of them, but this is the one I am going to start with. Most people know what Red Rising is. Basically, it takes place on Mars, and it is a society that is in a caste system based on color. So the reds are like the underground workers and the golds are on top. And we are following our main character, Darrow, while he is on a journey to make things right. Number 2, read a book that you have owned for a while. Now, this is one I bought like when I first started watching BookTube, and I was like, I'm going to read this whole series. And then I ended up not loving the series. It's the City of Lost Souls, which is the 5th book in the City of Bones series. City of series? I don't know. Mortal Instruments. There we go. Mortal Instruments series. And I read the first one. I bought the whole set, the whole matching set. And I was like, this is going to be great. Everybody loves this. I read the first book and I was like, and then the second book I didn't like much either. And I'm like, why am I reading this? And I hear all these great things about Dark Artifice series. And that is why I am reading these books, to get through them. I read the Clockwork trilogy and I liked them. I thought they were great. I don't like Clary. I think that makes me not like these. It has taken me over a year to get through this book, and I'm like 3/4 of the way through. I'm actually almost done with it. And it's been sitting there and I haven't done anything with it. So I'm going to finish this because it is a book that I've owned for years, and I'm going to finish it. And then I'm going to start the last one. If they just killed Clary, I think I would read the whole series, honestly. This is a book series that is supernatural. We have, werewolves, vampires, things like that. Main character is Clary. She's a loser. And we're following Clary as she makes many, many bad choices and whines a lot and makes most everybody around her miserable. And her best friend, Simon, who is lovable in all ways, and everybody likes him. And all the scenes he's in are great. Number 3, read a book you got recently. Now, this book might change, just so you guys know. I grabbed a book for my last book haul, and I'm gonna go with that for now, but I actually have a few boxes and I need to haul them for you guys, but I haven't opened them and I don't quite remember what all I got in there. So this one might change, but for now we're gonna go with The Sudden Appearance of Hope by Clara North. This is a book where we follow a girl who, I think her name's Hope, I don't really remember, and basically when she leaves your sight, you stop, like, you forget about her and you forget everything she did. It starts when she's a little girl and it like gets worse the older she gets. That's all I really know about this. I mean, like, it would be a perfect way to, like, you know, rob a bank, because as soon as they capture you and then they leave the room, they come back in, you're gonna be like, I don't know why I'm here, because they forgot. I mean, it's kind of a really crappy, kind of a sweet superpower. I don't know, but it is a book I want to read. It's definitely an adult fiction book, but I did get it in my last haul, but like I said, this just might change, or I just might read it anyway because it looks sweet. Number 4, read a short book. For this, I am going with The Girl of Fire and Thorns, 3 short stories. This is a trilogy by Ray Carson, and I read the trilogy, goodness, years ago, and I really did like it. Like, it has Elisa, she's your main character, and she's like the second princess in the line. She gets married off to a king for like an alliance kind of marriage thing, not a love one. And she also has a godstone in her navel, and that is like crowned by God. You're going to do a mighty act that it's going to make you incredible, like save the world kind of act. And she has like no confidence, and she's a nobody, and she gets married off, and then somebody's trying to kill her. So it's just adventure, and she really has a lot of character growth, because when you kind of think about the way I described her, she's kind of got to grow, but it's a really fun book series, and these are 3 short stories that go with it, and it's like 230 some odd pages, so it's good. But I liked the series, and I got this, I don't know, maybe a year ago or so, and I didn't even know it existed, and then I saw it, and I bought it, and I was like, I need to read this, and I haven't done that, so I'm going to read this. Number 5, read a long book. Now, I'm not cheating on this one, but I did start this book, but I started it after the 13th, so it still qualifies, but I am almost done with it. I have like 100 pages left of Wool by Hugh Howey. This has been on my TBR for a while. I want to say maybe a year ago. I was watching April Sarah's page, and she was like, best book in the world, read the book, read the book, read the book. I am liking it. It is not fast paced, but it's so interesting. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. You'll have to tune in for a wrap up to hear about this one. This book is over 500 pages. It's hard to talk about what this is about. We're going to say this. It's a dystopian society where people are living in these silos that are like underground, and that is like their world. And yep. When I asked at one point, I'm like, why is it called Wool? She said, you'll figure that out. And I did figure it out. And you know what I'm going to tell you guys? You'll figure that out. Number 5, nope. Number 6, read a book you're excited about reading. Now, this book also just might change a little bit once I unbox my stack of boxes over there, because I don't remember exactly what I bought in there, but I know there were a few books that I was like just super psyched to have and to read. So the placeholder for now, because I am excited to read this one, I've been saying that for a year and I haven't read it yet, it's going to be The Demon King by Cinda Williams-Chima. This is a series that I keep wanting to start, but I honestly feel like it's a series that once you start, you're just going to keep going. And I'm like, but I have all these other books to read. I don't know. I don't know what this book is about exactly. I know it's like a high fantasy book. I know that it has kings and queens and things in it. And I want to say like thieves. I don't know exactly. I know I've heard a synopsis on it, and all I know is it made me want to read it. So I should probably just read it and stop putting it off, because I can't tell you how many times this book has been on my TBR, and I own all the other books in the series and the other 2 series that are out, and I don't know. I have no excuse. No excuse. You just need to read the stinking book. Number 7, read a book out of your comfort zone. Now, here's the thing. I don't have a lot of books on my TBR shelf that are out of my comfort zone. Most of the books on there are like in a series that I started at one time, or maybe they're, I don't know, they're in my comfort zone. So when I was looking for a book that was outside of my comfort zone on my TBR shelf, I literally found 2, and one of them isn't that far out of my comfort zone. I just have to be in the right mood for it. So by default, I picked Big Little Lies by Lane Moriarty. Now, I'm going to say this is out of my comfort zone just because it's not a book I typically read. I don't know if it's really out of my comfort zone. Out of my comfort zone would be like erotica or a heavy romance book or a horror book. Those would be out of my comfort zone, and I wouldn't read those because I would not enjoy those. This, I would say, is out of the norm for me. I don't normally read like murder mystery books. Those I've read, I've liked some, but I don't love them all. Like I liked Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. That one was great. So I'm hoping I'll like this one. But I've heard good things. I've heard from people who typically don't read murder mystery books that it's a good read. So I am excited about that. Actually, my friend who doesn't read at all, she's like, I read it in like one day and I never do that. And I'm like, oh, then it must be good. So it is a little bit outside of my comfort zone. I don't really know what it's about. I know there's somebody gets killed right at the beginning of the book, and then we're kind of following these, I don't think they're all housewives, but they're all moms. And they're, yeah. So I think you don't know who was killed, like child, adult, stuff like that. And you kind of find things out along the way. I am hoping to like it, quite honestly, but it's not in my comfort zone. Ish. Sure, yeah. Okay. Number 8. Read a book with a beautiful cover. This was no problem at all. This is a book I actually picked up like, I don't know, last weekend, and I was going to read it, but instead I like slept all weekend and watched TV. I picked The Princess Bride by William Goldman, and this is my beautiful book with beautiful pictures, and I love it. I'm so excited about reading this one. So I started it, but the introduction is like 50 pages long. And then there's like a bonus book on the end of it that is Buttercup's Baby. And that one's like 50 pages long. So I looked at this book initially and I was like, oh, it's not that long, but it's like almost 500 pages. And it's really heavy too. They're those nice thick pages, and it's pretty big print. So I am super stoked to read this. And then I'm going to watch the movie afterwards. I don't know if I'll do a book to movie. I can if you guys want me to, but I just know I love the movie and have it mostly memorized. I'm wondering how close the book is to the movie because I would know. Also, as a side note, if you have read this and you liked it, read As You Wish, and it's by Carrie Elwes. I actually listened to it because he gets quotes and stuff from some of the other actors and people that were involved in the making of the movie, and he talks about it. But in the audiobook, he gets them to read their own section. And I was like, sweet action. So that was fun too. And the 9th prompt is to read 12 books. So basically, I have 4 more random books that I can read before July 8th. And I know this is the TBR Readathon, so I'm going to try to do 4 more books off of my TBR shelf. But the 4 books I actually picked are 4 library books that are upstairs. I'm too lazy to go get them. And that is Beartown, Wicked Lovely, Children of Blood and Bone, and A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. So I'm going to try and read those 4 in addition to these. I'll probably try and read a couple more off of my TBR shelf. I don't know if all 12 of them will come off of there because these are books that I have gotten from the library and I need to read them before I take them back to the library. So I'm hoping that I'll have time, and I'm hoping I can get all that done. But they really do need to come off my TBR shelf saying this is the TBR Readathon. I might try and do like a little 24-hour vlogathon if I have time for that. I also might try to do an update at some point in the middle as well. We'll see what I have time to do. I'm pretty busy for about the next 4 weeks, and then I'll be much better after that. Otherwise, that is it. If this is something you guys want to be a part of, by all means, join us in doing this. I think it'll be a ton of fun. I think an 8-week, or by the time you see this 7-week readathon, will be fantastic. I think that it's a long enough time that you can get things read. And if you're looking at this, you're like, I can't read 12 books, then don't. Pick 1 or 2 prompts and follow those, or try and see if you can get like 2 books to follow all the prompts except the 12. That'd be kind of fun. But whatever it is, go ahead and join in and let me know. Also, let Beautiful Pages know. I know she's making this readathon and it's her first one. So throw your support over there. Go subscribe to her channel. Check out her videos. She has like this lovely, soothing voice, and I do enjoy her. And let her know you're going to be doing it too, because I know she wants to feel supported, and the first time she's hosting her own readathon. But that is it. I'm going to link the prompts down below as well, so you can look at those. Like I said, I'm going to link Beautiful Pages down below so you can check her out. Tell me if you're going to do this. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and go ahead and comment down below with a book that has been on your TBR shelf for a long time that you are going to read in the next 2 months. There you go. Challenge. Now you say challenge accepted. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And I will look forward to seeing you guys here the next Tuesday or Friday. Bye-bye.